Dupuy, and we're seeing why Leicester don't want to lose him. Not just a scrum half, but a kicker as well. Elsom, shaggy hair too, and a good handoff, and a good step, and what a run!
My lord.
Whittaker to Jackman with that bullet head. Whittaker again to Horgan, Sexton, good hands. O'Driscoll saw the space. Across goes Hamilton, and Darcy's got him first. Blitzed him.
That's all about the Australian Rocky Elsom. Jordan Murphy having a horrible couple of minutes, fired 2 balls down his throat. Croft handed off, get out the way, you're quick. Tuolangi, you're strong, so they say. Little dummy, I'll just leave you standing there. And in the end, George Shooter goes high, and Croft has come back for more, but that lifted the team, and then O'Driscoll, with the daintiest little kick, pins them in the corner. They really needed that lift, Leinster, there from Elsom. That's quite significant.
It is very significant because, as you can see, it is Jordan Murphy who is taking his leave, and the Tigers lose their leader to be replaced by young Matt Smith, who's had a very strong season. Emulated his father Ian by playing in a final against London Irish when he came on last week, a little bit earlier than this. Now he replaces Murphy in the Heineken Cup final. Jackman, Elsom, it's always going to be his.
He wants to make this half his, doesn't he?
And another command display from Elsom in the rest of this match. And he and Leinster will be hard to stop here. But Wright is stopped again. Newby and Deacon. And Whittaker to Jackman, and here comes Healy. That was lovely play by the front row men. Now it's the backs. O'Driscoll, their leading light. Ooh, and Fitzgerald nearly got through there. Here's Whittaker and Jennings. Whittaker to the blind side. Elsom. His fellow Australian Whittaker again. To Wright.
All tight now, all tight, Leinster. Horgan going wide, but there's no real inclination to attack.
Big moments these. Crunch time in the match. Sexton to O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll. Woods, the try scorer, makes the tackle that time in the spot nearly where he scored in the first half, and now it's Leinster threatening to hit that spot. Hitting the ruck is O'Kelly. Here's Whittaker, and here is Heaslip. They do hit the spot, and now the blue flags in full evidence, and Leinster's European dream comes right back into focus.
Heaslip with the try, but Shane Jennings, the man who was in the sin bin because of Stan Wright, he plays a seminal role, the former Tiger. Heaslip goes for the line, but just watch the man alongside him, the turbo rocket. O'Driscoll steps inside Croft. There's the stretch, but then as Heaslip comes late, you're going to see Jennings very close, sticks to him, drives him over, pushes the man through. Strong from the Lion, number 8. Superb from Jennings. 16-all. We have ourselves a Heineken Cup final.
We certainly do, as we have ourselves a level scoreboard. A little bit reminiscent of the Leicester try, the way the man was driven over.
Yes, it is, it is. It's something in the last year's Heineken Cup final, as Martin Corrie grimaces there. It reminded me also of Alan Quinlan in that monster win against Toulouse for that try. 16-all. They needed that try, didn't they? Because I think if Leicester had repelled them there, you know, Leicester start to think no one gets over our line.
half an hour just over to go. We'll just avoid the extra time penalty shootout debate for now. Here's Tuilangi, who did not avoid Shane Horgan and company. And Horgan's in trouble there. He's still down. Hamilton feeds to Hipkiss. Looks for that handoff on O'Driscoll.
Nice touch from Tuilangi. He just went over to Horgan, just said, "Are you all right?" And it was a sympathetic one.
Dupuis. Vesti. He's upended now by his old club colleague Jennings. The physio's trying to get off. Horgan trying to get back in the match. There he is, he's down again on the canvas. Matt Smith.
Push back.
Dupuis. Woods thought about it to Castrogiovanni. Vesti. Hit came in from Elsom, but it was man and ball time. And I think that is going to be the way right the way through now. These hits are going to rain in, and it's a Leinster penalty for holding on.
I don't think there's any doubt at all, you know. Since that try, the intensity of Leinster's defence has really picked up. But on the subject of intensity, Shane Horgan, he's a big, strong wing, but Tuilangi just huffed and he puffed and he steamed over him. But there was a really lovely touch a minute or so later from Tuilangi. That is genuine. He goes over to him and he just says, "Are you all right?" That's not a sort of, hey, there's more of that to come. That was a show of concern. It was genuine. Well played, Tuilangi.
Yeah.
It's Saturday, Shane. And Elsom showing the scars of which he will care very little.
Is his twin brother bleeding? There are two Elsoms playing in the second half. Now another massive kick. We've said it so many times this season. Johnny Sexton, 23. First Heineken Cup final start. Biggest game of his career as a starter. What pressure.
Well, he's got the drop goal from distance. Now can he get the penalty goal? It's for the lead. It's going to struggle, is it? Yes. Hamilton puts down.
Slight difference, isn't there? The drop goal, it's very much an instinctive kick. You don't have time to think about it, and we know he can hit them from 50 metres with that drop. He had a minute to prepare for that kick, and it's 52 gone, and it's 16 all, and the posts start to get narrower as the broad man comes on for the Tigers. Watch the Tigers scrum try and explode into life now.
What a man to be able to bring on in the tight. Julian White for Martin Castrogiovanni. Of course, Castrogiovanni is more mobile around the field. Here's Hamilton. Is continuing where Jordan Murphy left off, but that somehow got its way behind Jamie Heaslip's back. Referee didn't like what he saw at the ruck.
If it wasn't a contradiction in terms, he could take the art of solidity to the spectacular level because he makes so few errors, Hamilton.
Kaiser again. Kay, the new captain. Here's Vesti. Got ball into midfield to Hipkiss. Lewis Moody is about to come on. And his interjections in recent times have been very good ones. Look at Heaslip trying to rip this. In comes Cullen, realising what's happening. Oh, it's an almighty mess, isn't it? Bodies all over the shop there. All over the shop floor. There's Croft.
He was not going around Rocky Elsom there.
Dupuis and Kaiser. He will be leaving the club at the end of the season. Hamilton. Or is this going to fall for a Rinley? He went for the over-flash pass, really. We talked about Vesti playing the sensible rugby, while O'Rinley, well, had it worked, of course, we would have been admiring it, so let's not be too hard. Sexton, Nathewa, with O'Rinley all over him. Nigel Owens just checks with his assistant in case it was a late challenge. Horgan. And down it goes from Elson. And this is going a long way too, but the in-goal areas here are big, very big here at Murrayfield. And therefore there'll just be a 22 dropout.
It does give you a capacity, doesn't it, to almost boot the ball away without thinking. They're one of the biggest in international rugby. Well, O'Rinley's got in the air and he's turned his back, and there's something of nothing in that. Did anyone even appeal? I just followed the ball. I didn't see an appeal.
I heard a few. Sexton dropped by Heaslip.
Eye off the ball. Played well in this half, Jamie Heaslip, but quarter of an hour to go. These are the little errors that just hand territory away, and both sides start to think about territory first, points next. Look at that from Sexton, the young fly half, just saying, come on, boys.
And tiredness will inevitably start to creep in, not just physical, but mental too, and playing on the mental side of that mistake, Michael Checker, well, he's certainly feeling it in the head. Dupuy, Hipkiss, Hamilton, Vesti, meant for O'Rinley, but it's counter-attack ball for Nathewa. Went for the boot there. Leicester won't mind that. Here's Hamilton again. Fitzgerald, still Brian O'Driscoll, lurks on the wing. Fitzgerald goes away from him, cuts inside. Electric burst there from Luke Fitzgerald, but down goes Julian White. But it's going to be Leinster ball. O'Kelly, that's high for the bandaged Healy. Elson just says, give it to me and I'll get us going forward here.
Leicester need to get numbers wide there. There's a lot of blue shirts.
Let's see if it goes that way. Sexton to Heaslip, and Darcy with a little juggle which takes out a bit of momentum, but Horgan gets it back. Whittaker, Darcy wants to work something, finds Nathewa. Fitzgerald in the way, but not illegally so, says Nigel Owens. Whittaker again. Darcy heavily involved here. Ajursa with the tackle. Whittaker to Fitzgerald. It's just not coming to O'Driscoll. It might now. There it is. Brian O'Driscoll gamely goes on, beating men. Well, that's not bad for an injured man. In comes Kay. He's been asking for discipline from his side, and through there. Penalty, very kickable. It's not Vesti's, it's not Leicester's, and the squeeze is on here.